What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, we're going to be covering artifacts. New artifacts compared to old artifacts. I'm going to do a comparison because a lot of you have been asking a ton of questions regarding the new artifacts and how powerful they are, and I'm going to explain to you guys why these ones are going to destroy the old sets pretty much almost in every single aspect except a few examples, and I'll give you both examples. Now, I am on the free-to-play account, so the reason why I'm showing you this right now is because I want people to understand I've done testing both on the free-to-play side as well as the pay-to-win side, okay? We are going to focus specifically on one artifact today. One artifact set and compared to another one that's very similar but also very different, and it's confusing a lot of folks. So this is the free-to-play account. I am going to show you guys that I do in fact have the artifact sets 4-piece set here compared to this 4-piece set here. We're going to compare the Burning Curse set. That's right, I'm not talking about what happens when you go pee. I'm talking about the actual 8-piece set that's out. So we're going to talk about the 2-piece version, the 4-piece version, the 8-piece version, and then we're going to compare it to something that's very similar but also yet very different, but is confusing everybody that I know, and they're asking a ton of questions. So I figured, you know what, this is the time to show you guys how it works. So I'm going to show you the examples on my pay-to-win account, but I didn't want to show you on my free-to-play account how it works. But I'll do the breakdown right now, okay, so you guys can see it, and then we'll do the number game in the actual pay-to-win side. Now, what am I referring to specifically? So the Burning Curse set has a 2-piece, 4-piece, and an 8-piece set bonus, while the old ones only have a 2 and a 4-piece. Okay, now we're going to talk about the Burning Curse's 2-piece set. So the first thing to note is you will take a lot more damage with this set. 20% more damage flat out the moment you start the fight. If you get hit, 20% more damage will happen to you. But at the same time, you will increase your damage instantly by 10%, and you will also increase it over time by another 10%, stacking it up to 100 times every 1 second. I want you guys to remember this. Damage is not attack. Okay? The comparison between the two different sets we're going to compare is one is attack and one is damage. Damage is always the better multiplier, also the better damage stat overall, because it's raw damage and it's an end formula thing, right? Attack is something that can be manipulated by defense and other aspects. Damage is overall a raw aspect that cannot be reduced by defense or anything like that. It's the final piece of the damage formula. So it is a lot more powerful. That's why it's so significantly hard to get more of it on your normal stats, right? If you look at your basic stats, for example, damage increase right here is at 0% for me, but yet I do way more damage when I have this set on versus when I have my attack set on. Very, very simple to note that. Okay, so 4-piece set for this, irrelevant. Increases health recovery by 25%, not increase, sorry, provides you 25% HP recovery on your for you whenever you get hit below 25% of your own HP. Activates 1 per battle. This is irrelevant. What matters most though is going down to the 8-piece set, okay, which is where most of what you want to aim for. Now, I'm telling you this now. This armor set destroys everything when it comes down to damage. It does. When you have the proper substats for it and the proper main stats, this will by far beat any form of combination of armor that you have, period. It's very straightforward. Okay, and I'll explain to you the differences. So this curse set now enhances the Burning Curse. Now this is the one I was talking about, okay? So the amount of damage you take maintains at 20%, but you increase your instant damage by 30% throughout the whole round, and then you stack another 100 times at 0.2, giving you a total of 50% more damage after the 100 times are stacked. You start with 30, you just increase over time, and eventually gradually gets to 50%. This is permanent. This cannot be taken off. It will, the moment it's there, it stays. And guys, it goes fast, okay? It might seem like a long time. It's not a long time. It's very, very quick. And another key factor to remember is damage increase scales with everybody. It doesn't matter if you're HP based, defense based. So think of someone like Dongsu, who a lot of people don't know what the hell to put on him in terms of artifact sets. Yes, the dragon set's good because of the core damage, etc., etc. But damage increase scales off of everything. Whether you're HP scaling, defense scaling, attack scaling, it doesn't matter. If you're mom scaling, it doesn't matter what it is. You will have the ability now to do more damage, period. So that's the beauty of damage increase versus attack increase. Not only is it not reliant on the RNG of crit here and another chance, but damage increase will also scale off of everybody, where attack will only scale off of attack units. So remember that this is where this AP set comes into play for all DPS. It doesn't matter which walks of life you are and what stat matters to you most. Here's the beauty of this set, and also the double S sword of the set. You will get destroyed if you get hit by an endgame boss. 1 or 2 hits, max. That 4-piece part will save you 1 time. If you don't have any other blessings that can protect you, you're done. If you're not good at dodging, you're gonna get squished, literally like a bug. If you are good at dodging and you can avoid most of the damage by being skillful, and I don't mean by that as an insult to anybody who can't dodge well. Just being honest. This here will outdo any DPS set out there, period. As long as you have the proper substats and the main stats, okay? Now, why am I comparing it to this? A lot of people have been asking because this is a very similar effect, but also very different, okay? Now, here's how this works. Specifically the expert set. This 4-piece set is a great combination when you have a 2-piece set. If you can't complete the 4-piece of this, it's actually a great option to go this and this. These work very, very well together. Very well together, okay? And the reason why they work well together is because the attack stack that you get here will actually help the damage stat here multiply, right? Because at the end of the day, the damage is the final formula, but it has attack in there as part of the formula, okay? So these two combined together are two of the best combination stats you can possibly put together. I am now doing easy mode Vulcan on my free-to-play with almost 40 to 50 seconds left, easily. Before it was like a struggle to get like 10 seconds, 5 seconds, now I'm killing it. And that's because I'm able to get better stats here. Now, the way this works though, and the reason why you want to replace it eventually for the AP set is you need to land a critical hit, number one, if you have the 2-piece set, to get 0.8% attack. Attack. All right? Not damage. And you must actually hit a critical. And on top of that, so you're now relying on two different factors. Your critical hit rate, and you're also now relying on the 25% chance to increase it. So not only is it a crit chance that has to happen, but also a 25% chance another factor has to be put in there. Now, let's just say you go to the 4-piece set like I have. Now that activation chance becomes 50%, and now your rate is 1.6%. You still must hit with a crit. Now, if you are in the red, you guys are aware what happens, right? Your crit drops, plummets, your crit rate plummets. So it's going to be much harder to activate something like this when you're in that set. Now, the reason why this still works very well for me, of course, is the fact that the stats on these are nuts. Like, look at my stats, +2 crit damage, +1 crit damage, +3 crit damage. I got some very, very good rolls. Look at these rolls. Very good rolls on this. But I do want to say that you do want to replace this eventually by removing the 4-piece set into a full AP set. Now let's just go into a battle real quick and I'll show you at least this way how it works and why this is such a big difference, okay? Now think of the damage increase like this. Let's make it simple. You know when you guys get a 3 trophy right here, right? And what's the buff that you get? The buff you get is increased damage dealt by 50%, right? That is essentially what that AP piece is giving you for every boss. That's pretty much what you're getting for every boss. So think of it like that. You know how much more damage you do when this is activated, right? That's what that set gives you. That set gives you this exact buff permanently for the entire time as soon as you hit that 100 stacks. Now let's just show you guys how that stack works and why you want to aim for this, okay? I'm going to say this now. A lot of you guys are going to ask me the obvious question, Payne, do I still use the AP set if my stats aren't good? Or do I stick with the OP set? Now that's going to be up to you and your account, right? If you're looking to do the max amount of damage, then you obviously want to do what gives you the best stats, right? Because let's just say you have no crit damage on the right side with your accessories, with your burning set, and you're maxed out on crit. Well, you know what? Crit's still the best multiplier in the game. You still want to go with whatever gives you the best crit damage. But if it's like only a 10% crit damage difference or a 15% crit damage difference between the old set and new set, then you go with the new set because it's just that much better. It's just that much better. So I just want to show you guys real quick. This is the 2-piece set work in action, okay? Watch the count, okay? I'm going to just stand still. Just watch the count. It's going to start now. Look at the bottom. You'll see it right there. See that 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going on its own. 6, 7. Right now, let's now take into the expert set into account. Now, this is already, the moment the fight started, this has already started going off. Now, we're already at 10, all right? So look, watch this. Look at it. Now look at it, 25, this is now a 50% chance. Look how much I have to hit for this to even catch up. Like I have to make sure all my crits land. I have to make sure they're always connecting. And I have to make sure that I don't mess up at all, right? So while that counter is still going for me, look, that 50% chance still needs to connect. So two different factors again, right? The factor of getting a crit and then 50% chance for that crit to actually make that attack happen. So look at this. Right? Like here's a crit again. Watch. Look at those numbers. Look at the number difference. It went up once versus 3 times during that count. Look, I'm already at 46, 40, 45, 48, and I'm only halfway there. Now, granted, I gave myself a 10 stack chance more, right? But look, I'm already halfway there. I'm already past half now. And I should have, so even take 10 away, right? Take 10 away. I'm still not at half. I guess a little more than half right now. Look, and then immunities cause issues, obviously, like when enemies do immune moves, that'll cause issues as well too. So there's a lot of reasons why this damage set is better. You're taking away a lot of the RNG required just to get the attack buff, but at the same time, you can just stand there. It'll just activate for you, right? So you guys can see here, look, I'm already almost at 100. Now imagine I'm fighting someone like Vulcan, right? You guys know the fight itself takes a while. So the damage set is going to activate much, much faster and will do way more damage overall versus the attack set. Because look, I'm at 1%, I'm at what, 40, 50, 55% maybe attack increase versus already almost at an extra 10% damage increase, right? So it's much faster. Now, the 4-piece set for Expert versus the 2-piece set for the Burning Curse set, the 4-piece set Expert is much better. The attack increase is much better than the 20% damage increase. It's a no-brainer. But when you start getting into the 8-piece set versus the 4-piece and 2-piece, the 8-piece set damage increase at 50% is night and day different. It's way, 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 way stronger. So I highly encourage you guys to please start collecting this 8-piece set for your main DPS. So if you don't know who can use it, I've already made a video about this, guys. I'm going to show you guys the video real quick. It's right here. So if you write in the word artifact, it's right here. I've already made a brand new video for you guys showcasing who should be using these sets. Every single hunter's in here, and Jinno's in here as well too, and explains why these sets should be used for them. Check out this video. I can put it in the description as well too, but I implore you guys, start focusing on this new set. It is way, way stronger. And I'm telling you guys, data-wise, I've done a lot of data. If you guys want me to do a full data breakdown, I can as well too. I just figured I'd just show you guys how, at least how it works and why it's better. And again, giving you guys the comparison between understanding how 50% more damage works on your instance runs when you get 3 trophies should give you an indication of how much more damage this set will do versus having just regular plain old attack, which requires a lot of RNG factors, right? And this is why it's so important to remember that. Now, with that being said, another really, really good combo to have with this set is having the 2-piece set here and then having something like the skeleton set, which gives you an extra 30% HP when you hit 70% HP or below, or the berserker set. So the berserker set or the executor set, either of those ones will give you an extra 20%. So you can have a total of 40% more damage if you have like the proper sets like these ones here, right? Where's the skeleton set? Do I even have that? I don't think. I guess I sold most of my stuff already. Let's see if I have one here. Executor. Here we go. Executor set, right? We have this one. When the opponent's HP, you get an extra 20% more damage on the opponent, right? Versus the skeleton one, which is going to give you an extra 30% if your HP is below. So those combinations with the 2-piece set are really, really strong as well too. Personally, if I had that option instead of going with the Beast Bracelet or the Beast set, I would have gone for one of these, but the stats on these are just way too good to pass up on. So again, aim for the 8-piece set. If you don't have the 8-piece set, you should be going for 2-piece with Berserker or Executor set. If you have insane stats on the Expert, it works really, really well as well. But at the end of the day, guys, you really want to aim for that 8-piece set to maximize the amount of damage you'll do on the opponent. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.